Anybody here? I am just trying to do some bug testing because shit wasn't working. And I don't know if it bothered streaming on Facebook or not. All right. It does show that Facebook or not. All right. It does show that. I don't know how to turn the volume down. All right. There we go. Facebook comment. Yes. So those are working and they are showing up. Now the question is, can folks on Facebook see the YouTube comments and vice versa? The Restream Global Chat thing is supposed to allow that. So let's see. No, it does not seem to be doing that because there are folks commenting on YouTube. I also have my Facebook open. Oh, wait. Crystal says yes. I am watching on Facebook, but I'm not seeing any YouTube comments in the chat. But you can see Facebook comments on YouTube. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I can see on the left of the, oh, that's where it's showing it. Okay, that works out fine. That works out peachy. I have that overlay on. Ooh, yay, yata, in the words of Hiro Nakamura. But what I can't do is continue to watch the stupid, I can't watch it on Facebook on that screen over there because it's like a 4-second delay. So like there is a screen showing me in the frame and then the Facebook tab is showing me like 4 seconds later and it's confusing me. Ron Clark, hello, sir. Mike Fiore. Perfect. So the comments are rolling in. I'm getting this shit figured out. I really didn't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. It was mostly just a test to see if the new software, the new hardware, and the new fucking background would all work. And apparently it's working somewhat okay so far. Not that you guys know or care, but I also mounted my my softbox lights to the ceiling on the right and to the wall on the left, so I don't have giant tripods in the fucking middle of the room. Been working pretty good. So the whole thing is coming together pretty okay. That was the whole point of tonight, was to see if I get all this shit to work. And apparently it is. So that means that in the future, live chats shall be cooler, maybe. I guess. I don't know. You get what you pay for. And the last time I checked, you fuckers weren't paying. Or no fuckers were paying. All right. Oh, Crystal was kind enough to send me a picture of the stuff. Perfect. I'll take all of this. It'll all work out. I'll just take it. It's going good. So, unless you guys got something you gotta want to fucking talk about, I think we fixed all of our issues unless this thing freezes at some point. Which I don't know why it froze last time. It didn't. Like nothing looked out of the ordinary. It just stopped. And I saw the comment is what made me. Somebody commented I'd frozen, so I keep looking over to the right to see if I'm still framed in there, and I am, but I'm paranoid that it's going to freeze. So for those of you that are wondering, I made a deal with the devil, and the kidney stones was the price I had to pay in order to get. Oh, my fucking dog went in here. The nectarine blueberry bang. It was not a good deal because deals with the devils never are good. It's okay. It's just not great. So I don't know if we like Springfield. I've only ever owned one Springfield gun. It was a 1911, and it actually was probably my best running 1911 I've ever seen. Certainly the best running one I ever had. It was in 9 mil. And the high power, I hope it works and stuff. Like, I always thought high powers were pretty cool. So I'm hoping that hey Gabe, I'm hoping maybe that the Springfield high power is a good gun. Like, I don't want any guns to suck. Like, XDs suck, but I don't want them to. I'd prefer that they were just good. Springfield's politics still suck, but I'd like them to get better too. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't really track them that well because they didn't really have a product I wanted until that charging handle I just saw. I don't really want it either because I don't really get a lot of stuck cases. Maybe if I was running steel, but I would be interested. I think it's called like the LeVar Burton, like the guy at Reading Rainbow. I don't know. But so it's a charging handle, and if you get a stuck case, instead of mortaring it, the back of the charging handle like hinges off and acts like a cam, and it cams against the upper receiver to like claw out the fucking stuck case. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of neat. Maybe if it works, and I'd like to try one, but I don't know. But yeah, so the high power, I hope it turns out to be kick ass. Is there a way if I mouse over here onto this window and I can scroll back up? Okay. The kidney stones came out the natural way, Uncle Guns. Like, I ended up peeing it into a strainer and then put it in a little plastic cup so I can give it to the urologist. It was like 3.7 millimeters because, of course, I rinsed it off and then measured it. So it was like 2 by 2.4 by 3.7 millimeters was the kind of kidney bean shaped. Terrible, horrible, horrible. Yeah, so there, that's what we got. Man, I wish I had come prepared. My list is pretty empty, and it, like, my index card just says "get shit working." Thank you, sir. I had 2 trips to the ER and a couple shots of morphine and a bunch of Percocets, I think it was. It was horrible. Oh, I don't really care if you smash the thumbs up. The thumbs up, thumbs down doesn't do anything for me, I don't think. I don't know, maybe it affects the algorithm. I don't know. I just got shipping notification, so I'm going to share this with you guys because I'm pretty excited about it. There was an awesome study group. There was a study group. Thanks for the fancy background wall. I built that. I'm not a carpenter, but I'm getting better at it, apparently. But at the study group, we were talking about this product that's coming out by Phantom Hill Designs. It's a small company out of Maine. Mike something. I can't remember. And they were developing a product called CTF1, which is for Carry the Fire. And it is a IR laser, IR illuminator, and visible white light unit that mounts on the top rail. And it is a center mounted laser, which I'm a huge fan of and think all lasers should be center mounted. And has illuminator, IR illuminator on the right, white light on the left. It has 2 fire buttons, one for the white light and one for the IR stuff. The IR stuff fires together. And $800 retail price, aluminum housing. And they got some other shit in the works. They wanted to come out with a affordable all-in-one unit. And like, it is not what I would consider perfect. If it was perfect, it would have like a remote port and probably ditch the white light, just so you can run whatever white light of your choice and just run everything off the right. and put your white light on the left or vice versa, whatever. But I got shipping notification. Mine is on the way. We'll be here the day after tomorrow. So if you guys watch the socials, I'll talk about it next Tuesday because I'll get some time with it this weekend and see what it does. But well, fuck it, I'll probably play with it before the weekend even. But I'll get pictures and shit on the social media stuff. I'm gonna do. I'm real interested in the IR illuminator. It is LED based and not laser based, so it's not under the FDA's purview for power consumption. So I'm hoping that the IR illuminator's got a lot of throw. And if it does, I'm going to compare it to, like a Vampire, a D-Ball, a Holosun. What else we got handy? I think I got a buddy that's going to be able to get a mall side by side so we can compare that to, and then just see what kind of illumination we can get, from one to the other. And now that I got a better adapters to hook my DSLR up to my PVS 14, I can get some good photos of it. And hopefully be a pretty cool product, because I think getting a white light IR illuminator, IR laser for $800 made in the US, that's a fucking pretty smoking deal. I want to see how bright the white light is, what kind of throw it's got, what kind of spill. The illuminator, obviously the laser is going to go out further than I'd be able to identify a target, so I'm not too concerned about that. But it is coming out. I've been jonesing for it for a few weeks now to be released. And I was actually at a concert last night. So like Gojira is on stage playing, and I'm like over in the corner with a credit card in my hand, punching in my number so that I can get on the initial order when they released, because the first batch was supposed to be small, he said, and I didn't want to miss it and have to wait for the second batch. So in the midst of a concert, I'm out there fucking on my phone ordering shit, and I just literally got a UPS shipping notification, so I was all fucking excited. Man, 8:42 already. It's almost like this live stream just started. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should open another tab right now. Phantom Hill Design is the name of the company, so it's probably like phantomhilldesign.com or something. I can't say for sure I know what the website is. But if you Google it, it is the CTF one. It's the only product they have listed on their website. I don't know if it's sold out at the moment out of this first batch, but it definitely is something you should check out, because even if you don't need it because you got other shit, it's still pretty cool. I'm going to try something else, so bear with me here. Someone's calling me on the work number. They'll have to wait. I'm live streaming. So there's these shortcuts that you can type in, and if you type them in, it's supposed to put up links and shit. So I'm going to try it and see if it works. So I just typed a comment, and apparently it does nothing. What if I type it over in this window? It's supposed to be, you can set up like shortcuts. So if I type a comment of like exclamation point, and then if I set shit up ahead of time, it will send out a link. And Joe says he sees it. It should be just like a link to my website. It was the only one that I had set up, so I didn't know if it fucking worked well, or because I don't even see anything in the chat box, so I didn't know if it showed up on your shit or not. Does it just say exclamation point Tremis, or does it actually give you the full blown like it's supposed to give me a link? Nope, it just literally says exclamation point Tremis. Disappointing. I'll have to get that set up at some point here. I thought I set it up earlier, but I might have done something incorrectly on bringing it back up. Either way, something to work at on maybe for next week's, because the idea behind it is you can have a bunch of shortcuts set up. So like when I was talking about Phantom Hill Design, I could have, typed exclamation point, PH or whatever I wanted to set it up as a shortcut. So as soon as I typed that, it would fire you guys off a link. I'll figure it out. We'll take care of it for later. I saw that Modlight had their hot button or whatever they're calling their button with the two separate leads, which I thought was pretty clever. So you can run the only problem is like I want a fucking center mounted laser. Straight up, I don't want it offset to the right. I don't want to have to do, run a parallel zero. I certainly like running an actual zero with a side mounted laser is a lesson in futility. I just like lasers should be center mounted. I don't know, in line with the bore. And I know someone's going to boo hoo about it, the front sight post being in the way, but like literally how many fucking, night vision setup guns do you see that, got a rail on them for said gear and still have a front sight post? And if it's a government issue gun, I don't care. In fact, here's the weird part. So I know some dudes that run night vision predominantly as their job with government issued guns. And ain't none of them got a fucking front sight post either. There's a flip up somewhere on that rail. So like having a maul to the right, I just like the laser should be in the center and the illuminator should be on the right, not the other way, not everything on the right. So with the whole button with the dual leads, I'm cool with like a vampire on the left for white and or IR illuminator and then a laser, but like I don't know anyone that makes a center mounted laser with a port yet. So when I do, I'll be pretty stoked though. That button will be the button to fire shit off that way. Cause I think that like the Steiner Tor Mini is awesome for the fact that it's super small and is just an IR laser. I don't want a visible laser ever. And I don't wear a gas mask and have to shoot during the day. Or shoot during the day with a fucking laser on. And it's center mounted like it should be, but it has a thumb pad on either side, but it doesn't have a whatchamahooper port. I don't know if I can convince Wilcox to do anything. I have a Raptor light here from Wilcox, which is a surefire head on the left and IR illuminator and laser on the right. And it's pretty slick. Its only downside is it too doesn't have a center mounted laser, and it should. If I had the full Raptor, which is like $1 bazillion, I'd run that in my 308 because it's got a laser rangefinder on the left and IR stuff on the right. But having a laser rangefinder on the rifle and like the form factor of a Raptor would be pretty cool, but that's expensive. And I really think that the like an LED illuminator is pretty shit hot because like it's not subject to the FDA's laser limitations. People might complain that like, oh well, a vampire glows purple when it's running IR light, and it might. And I don't know how well anyone thinks they're like, or do they really think they're sneaking in a room with someone else already in the room looking for them, and they're going to get spotted by that purple light? I don't. And here's the thing. So if you take like a vampire, turn it on IR, set it down in a room, and look at it with your naked eye, and you can find the little glowing purple part. If you also take a PVS 14 and sit it in the room, you can see the light spilling out of the back of the PVS 14, which is usually on someone's face, way brighter than that vampire. And I promise you, if a dude's running a vampire light on, he's also got a PVS 14 or some type of night vision on that's also lighting up around the outside of it on his face. And I mean, if you want the thing to fog up, you can fold out that fucking rubber eye cup so it seals it tight. But then they don't see anything anyway because it's just solid fog on the inside. So I don't get too concerned about the glowing purple lens on like a LED based IR light. Oh, well, not all, Tom, not all EOTechs have the night vision button. I wish it was a button that just gave you night vision, but yes, you can adjust those. The night vision button turns it down so low you can do passive aiming. The only problem is like people get they're running high risers and whatnot so they can passively aim through their optic. I'm running a 1:8 all the time. There's no passive aiming through a 1:8. The illumination, if it was turned down to low enough to work, like you still can't get a PVS behind a fucking 1:8 scope. And I'm not going to suffer through all the other parts of shooting with a red dot versus a 1:8 just so that I can passively aim in the dark. I'll stick with the laser. But yeah, the EOTechs had the night vision button for quite a while. My first one was was it the 512 maybe AA model, and it did not have the night vision button. So maybe that was the 502. I don't know. It was some, and then I had an XPS 2 that had the night vision button. I didn't know night vision at the time, so I didn't really get a chance to check it out. I sold that that EOTech, the XPS, to buy an aim point. It was the worst deal that I've ever made with guns yet. The aim point was a lemon. Yeah, not only is there not the other Tom, is there not enough light transmission through 1:8 in order to have the optic at the right eye relief. Because since it's a magnified optic, even down at 1, there's an eye box. If your eye isn't, 1 to 3 inches from the ocular lens, you can't see through it. So to have enough room to fit night vision between you and the optic just isn't going to happen. Because you can't like run it all the way forward to make space and super high. I mean, I guess you could run it super high and all the way forward, but you wouldn't be able to see through it during the daylight. And I'd rather have 1:8 than passive IR aiming. And like I got actually it's not in this room. Downstairs I have a UTM gun set up with a really high fuck the freezing. Fuck. All right, so it froze again at the 22-minute mark. I wonder where it froze last time. I have the video. I have to go look. All right, fellas. I am not going to fuck with this anymore tonight. It shows my audio is still working, so you guys can probably still hear me. Maybe tomorrow during the day hours, I will sit down and see if other people have had a problem with Restream freezing. And if not, then it might be, I might have to start swapping out hardware and see what's going on. Maybe like take out the dock and run them individually into the laptop, see what I can come up with. So if you see me tomorrow during the day on live stream, like it's not meant to be a live stream. If you get a notification or anything, it's just me testing shit out to see if I can narrow down the freezing issue. And who set it up there? Jericho, JLCP. Next week I will show my new toy and I'll have some feedback on it. So I will figure out what the issue. Router, better cable. Yeah, I see network connection 0 of 10. I wonder why that is. So I'm reading a poor network connection, but that would be probably the ISP's issue because the only thing I got on the fucking router right now is this laptop. So might not be my fault. Yeah, I found the spot where it gives me a 0 of 10 rating on network connection. So it might not be something I'm doing, or it might be. I'll try and figure it out, see if I can't replicate it when it's not tonight. But I'm blaming fucking Service Electric Cablevision. They have no service. They don't actually sell electric. They have cable, but it isn't very visionary. All right, fellas, y'all take it easy, and I'll go bitch at the internet company. And if you see me floating around tomorrow, it's me trying to debug all this. I wish I could throw more dollars at it. I wish I had a different cable company I could buy internet from, but I got one. And that's it. All right, take it easy, fellas.